things first, we're going viral. Tuesday night, Joel Embiid was on the court helping lead the Sixers to their first playoff series win since 2012. What some of you may not know is that Embiid is also pretty good at soccer. So good that we're just dropping things. Take a look at him playing with Steve Nash.
No, don't come.
What do you mean? Second. What? Oh, this is the weed.
I'm back.
They were playing for $1,000, allegedly. Steve Nash is a great soccer player. Embiid, I don't know what his background in soccer is. I assume it's somewhat, given what we just saw there.
Yeah, I wouldn't challenge Steve Nash. I've seen too many YouTube videos with him juggling the basketball. Even during the game, he's always playing with the basketball when he played. So Steve Nash is one of my favorites.
By the way, while they were playing for $1,000, Jenna Wolf says she could beat them both.
Didn't say both. I said I could do that.
I could do that. So
I'm videotaping it today because you always mock the things I say.
Who you gonna play with, Jenna?
I'm gonna set up the camera.
Harper or Quinn?
I'm gonna set up the camera.
Who are you gonna go against? You can't go against the wall.
I'm gonna pepper and dribble the ball myself and show you
That's
my
not
skills.
what they were doing. It was like tennis. But, okay.
Well, guess what? Joel Embiid is not coming to my house to play with me
Okay.
today.
Well, all right. Jenna Wolf says Joel Embiid, if you won that $1,000, she wants to play for $5,000 when she's in Philly for the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs.
Yeah, that's exactly
Let's set it up.
Let's
set it up.
Here we go.
I get a managerial fee, 10% of either winner.
No big. No big. Time for some stories to start your morning.
There's certain things we should never touch.
Nope.
Jazz Thunder. I love everything you teach me. From last night, Russell Westbrook went off, dropped 45 points, and OKC needed every single one of them after trailing by 25 points in the third quarter. Nick, how impressed were you with Westbrook last night?
Russ! Man, I looked in this camera yesterday, or 2 days ago, and I said, I hope I look like an idiot for saying this is the end of the Thunder. Like, for saying this is it. I hope I look like an idiot, man. It looked like, to me, CeCe, the Thunder had let go of the rope when it was 25-point lead in the third quarter, and then they come all the way back within that quarter, powered by that guy. That was awesome.
He played some sensational basketball. Made all kinds of shots. Got to the rim. His three was going. Mid-range was going. Also got the other players involved. It was a sensational comeback by OKC. Now, you're talking about pressure. Mountain. Man, your boy Melo, man, ready to throw more dirt on the grave of him. Paul George, him out of town if they lose. Russ ready to get the blame. This was a clutch performance by Russ.
It was great, man.
All right, the Rockets reminded everyone why they've been the best team all season long. They closed out the Timberwolves with a 122-104 convincing win. The Beard, James Harden leading the way with 24 and 12 assists. CeCe, what'd you make of Houston's performance last night?
Steady, professional, the most consistent team we've seen throughout the season. A number of ways that they can close you out. But where I see the difference is it's not just having Chris Paul on the team. It's how they play defense. Their ability, being with this type of style that they play with their coach, he's never been known for his defense. It was like, we don't have to play defense. We'll just shoot threes and play at a pace. Now they've concentrated on their defense. I believe that's the special part to them that will lead them to the championship.
And much like the previous game, third quarter, watch out. Now, it wasn't 50-20, but it was 30-15, so they locked down defensively. This was a game they're trailing at halftime. Doesn't matter because they blow the doors off you in the third quarter. That has been a specialty of the team that's been the best team the last 4 years in the NBA, Golden State. Houston is encroaching on that corner that you better be up double digits at halftime because we're coming for your head in the third quarter. That's what they did last night. Now they get a little bit of rest.
All right, on to the Raptors-Wizards series. The home teams won each game in this one. Toronto was home last night, so they won. They take a 3-2 series lead. DeMar DeRozan leading the way with 32 points. Boom, there's two of them right there. Raptors will try and close out the series on Friday on the road. Nick, how impressive were the Raptors last night?
Very impressive finish to the game. This is a game. They had lost back-to-back games. I thought they were the better team last night, yet late in the fourth quarter, it's a tie basketball game. And then they go on a big run to win the game. DeRozan was excellent. They now take full control of the series. You mentioned, Jenny, yesterday. You win Game 5, you win 83% of the time. You win Game 5 when you have home court, you win 93% of the time. They're now in firm control of what would have been a horrific series loss, 1-8 after the regular season they had.
And you can see, I like the style for which they were able to close out this game. A tightly contested game. Washington was playing well, but DeRozan being a star right there at home. In a typical situation, we would see, oh, man, you can't trust Toronto. They would have lost a game like this. Then they would have been facing elimination going back to Washington. This is what you wanted to see with this team, utilizing their bench, not as much as they did during the regular season, but you could see why this team won the number of games they did during the regular season.
All right, and last night, LeBron James, he hit one of the biggest shots of his career. However, before the shot, LeBron had a big block on Victor Oladipo. Looked like it might have been goaltending. Oladipo was not crazy about the call, non-call after the game. Listen to this.
I got a step on him. Felt like I even got grabbed on the way to the rim. It hit the backboard, then he blocked it. It was a goaltend. I mean, it's hard to even speak on it. That layup is huge.
I definitely thought it was a goaltend. Of course I didn't think it was a goaltend, man. I mean, I'm trying to make plays like that all the time. And, I mean, he made a heck of a move, got me leaning right, and he went left, and I just tried to use my recovery speed and, you know, get back up there and make a play at the ball, and I was able to make a play.
All right, CC, what do you think? You watched the end of that whole game and how that series played out. Did Oladipo have a legit gripe there? Did you think it was goaltending?
Yes, and no one knows better than the shooter. When you are driving to the bucket, and especially when you're getting ready to lay the ball off the glass, your coach teaches you, take the ball. If you can't dunk the basketball, take the ball to the glass, because it's not a matter of is the ball going up, is the ball going down, all right? Because once the ball touches the glass, that's why as a shooter, you take the ball to the glass. So they have to take the ball out of your hand to have a legitimate block. So he knows better as the shooter that the ball went off the glass. Now, LeBron blocked it right after it went off the glass, which is a very tough call. Also, you can't review it, but as a shooter, you know what is best. You know if he got it out of your hand or you know if it came off the glass. So, yeah, I knew that. You could see that it hit the glass first. It was a bang-bang play. They definitely should have called goaltending on it.
Listen, it wasn't an obvious call. It looked in real time to me like it was the Iguodala play from the finals. On replay, it clearly touches the glass. And on replay, listen, if the NBA wants to adjust the rules to where a non-called goaltending that is that crystal clear, that it has touched the glass, that you can call it, that's fine. Then they should change the rules. But if we're going to talk about replays, the possession before, when LeBron had the turnover, that is reviewable. That ball went off Thaddeus Young. The referees did not review it. So there was an opportunity for the referees to review a reviewable play that was equally as important. I mean, you can see it right here. Thaddeus knocks it out of his hand and hits the baseline. Then it goes out off LeBron. This is a reviewable play that would have been Cavs' ball in a tie game. They didn't review that, even though they could have. The goaltend, it should have been a goaltend. But here's the thing. This is what's so nice about how that game ended. That layup's still only worth 2 points, right? And the Cavs won by 3 because LeBron hit the 3.
Yeah, but you can't do it that way.
Well, I'm doing it that way.
Well, you can't.
I'm doing it that way.
And you can't do that the plays are tit for tat, because Oladipo's play comes after the LeBron mistake. So the plays that happen closer to the finish, they're bigger plays. So LeBron, it's not, oh, man, that was just as big. No, it wasn't just as big, because also it was a pass compared to 2 points. You don't know if that pass is going to convert into a positive play.
Sure, and I agree with you. Typically, the closer you get to the end of the game, obviously, the more influence those calls have. But it's not like I'm talking about a play that happened mid-third quarter. No. It was the possession before, and it was, you're right, it's not a guaranteed 2 points like the goaltend is, but it is Cavs' ball in a tie game to where the Pacers are potentially trailing when they have the basketball. But the other thing is this, this is not one of those, oh, my God, how did he miss the call moments. In real time, I think people were like, that looked like a block, might have been a goaltend. Sure. It wasn't an obviously blown call until we got the benefit of the replay. And I know that we don't know what the Cavs necessarily would have done on the next possession. My guess is they would have shot a three. My guess is LeBron would have had it. My guess is the Pacers would have foolishly, in each instance, not used their foul to give. Like, I'm confident in all those things. And I also feel like the right team won last night. Oladipo?
Of course you do.
No, well, but also, go ahead. What?
How'd the right team win? Like, who's the right team?
The team that I thought had played better throughout the game, the team whose best player played excellent, as opposed to the team whose best player had his worst game of the season.
But it's a team sport, though. If you have the rest of the team, the totality of the team, and the coach make good adjustments, just because some star plays, they don't deserve to win the game more. It's a team sport. Like, no one deserved to win the game. Like, at the end, whoever wins it is whoever makes the plays. They deserve to win the game, not
But that's exactly what happened. Whoever won it was the team that made the plays, right? Right? I mean, do you disagree? Like, LeBron made
To
both
me, I
those
don't
plays.
care who wins.
Sure.
All right? I want to see some great basketball, and you need to deserve to win the game at the end. These plays affected the outcome of the game. That's what the question is. It was a goaltending call. It's not about who deserves it. Everyone deserves to win. No one deserves to win more than the other team. So I disagree with you on that. The Cavs didn't deserve to win. The Cavs had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter at home. The Pacers fought their way back. What difference does it make who did it? It could have been the 13th guy. It could have been the guy from the concession stand. What difference did it make? Like, that doesn't make one team more deserving than the other.
Just quickly before we move on, are you guys enjoying the non-calls in the game? Like, we haven't gotten a ton of whistles in the playoffs so far, and one affected LeBron and one didn't affect LeBron.
I like when they let them play foul-wise. Listen, the out-of-bounds call you need to get right. The goaltending call you need to get right. I'm not enjoying that they didn't call what was an obvious goaltend. I happen to think the only difference is the Cavs would have won by 1 instead of 1 by 3. But no, I'm not enjoying that they missed what was a goaltend, because I'd rather not be talking about this part of the game. I'd rather be talking about every other part of the game.
All right, tonight at 8 o'clock, I don't know if you guys heard, the NFL draft is happening on Fox. Couple of questions to ponder. One,